do love a good surprise. All right, well, American women of all ages are making financial decisions, and a surprising number are going it alone. Speaking of surprising, out just recently is a new Women in Financial Power study commissioned by Ameriprise Financial. And here to tell us about the findings and what you and your family need to know is Vice President of Wealth Strategies at Ameriprise Financial, Susanna DeBaca. Good morning, Susanna.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to have you here this morning. Tell us about this Women in Financial Power study and really, what did it uncover?
Ameriprise conducted the Women and Financial Power study because we were interested in understanding the roles that women play in terms of financial decision making in their household and the factors that influence that financial decision making. And we found that women of all generations, we surveyed 3 generations, are either sharing in financial decision making or they're actually making financial decisions on their own, from everything budgeting, investing, to retirement planning. And we found that there were some fairly significant differences between the 3 generations.
Really? What were those?
Well, with boomer women, we found they're actually very engaged in their finances. This is good news because they're nearing retirement and it's an important time to be really paying attention. And overall, they're feeling fairly confident about their financial situations. Gen X is a very different story. What these women told us was that they're very busy. They're juggling a lot of things, and they're more likely than other generations to have recently experienced challenging events like divorce or unemployment. So unfortunately, at a very important time in these women's lives, when we'd like to see them creating a financial plan and starting to think about retirement, they're actually less engaged with their finances than women of other generations. And then finally, with millennials, we saw a very positive story. Millennials, who were the primary decision makers in their family, said they were doing it because they might be the person in their household who's a little more knowledgeable about money, and they actually said that they enjoy this role. That's very different than what we saw with the other generations.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, what advice do you have for women kind of across the board this morning? Maybe some common things we can all improve on our financial knowledge and certainly start preparing for the future, as we know is so important.
Well, there's a couple of things that women can do, and this certainly applies to men as well. And the first is create a written financial plan. You cannot control everything that's going to happen externally, the markets, employment situations, but you can create a plan that includes a budget, systematic savings, and starts looking at retirement. And then the second thing that anyone can do is go get good advice, seek advice. So whether it's from mom and dad, the way a lot of millennials are still doing, or whether it's turning to a professional financial advisor, talking to somebody who has experience and expertise in financial matters can be very beneficial and can certainly help if you are time-strapped like we see those Generation X women being.
Yeah, and you mentioned men as well. For those who are married, what do you suggest? Should both partners be just as equally involved, or what do you suggest when it comes to balancing a budget between a couple?
Well, I think it depends on the couple, but it's very important for folks in households to communicate openly about their goals, about their money styles, and about those roles and responsibilities. Who's going to take care of the different things like bill paying, investing, retirement planning? Try to get that clear. Make sure people know who's doing what. That can be very helpful for any relationship.
All right. Well, where would you send us for more information? I know this is such a hot topic right now, always has been. Money is such a central issue for marriages and lifestyles. So where would you send us for more information?
For more information about financial planning in general or about the Women in Financial Planning study, you can go to ameriprise.com/women and finance.
Easy enough. Thank you so much, Susanna. We appreciate you taking some time to chat with us this morning. Very interesting. Of course, we'll put all that on fox4morningblend.com as well. We will have one last look at your Fox forecast, and then we'll be right back.